bitch is shaking the table.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Shaking the Table. This week's episode, we built a lot of hype about it. I'm hype about it. I'm ready to go because I have two of my faves here. I have Taylor and Kiara. Say hi, guys.
Hey, y'all. Hello.
So this episode, as requested, y'all, we're going to talk about dating and love. I know a lot of times people have been asking me, whether it's through Ask Low or whether it's just DM sliding, because y'all always be yelling at me, telling me what I need to talk about. So this episode, I'm going to give y'all what the hell y'all been asking for and make an episode about what is it like to date as a woman who, quote unquote, is getting your shit together and you out here in these streets with men that belong to the streets. Like, no, we not. I'm just saying, we not like that. But I'm saying, like, what is it like? I'm just saying what it's like. It is ghetto out here. So, ladies, I want you guys to, I guess, give a good background on yourselves for the people who may not know you. And I guess you could start with, like, what are you looking for when it comes to dating? I know we're not looking for men per se, but, like, what are y'all looking for if you happen to stumble upon a fine man?
So my name is Kiara. I am a second-year law student out in the struggle streets. I don't really do much with my life. That's about it.
You're a Scorpio?
Oh yeah, I'm a Scorpio and I have great hair. So, and I enjoy long walks on the beach and I love crab legs and hot wings. So any nigga that's listening, if you want to take me out for some goodies, I would love for that. If I just happen to stumble upon a fine man, I need a man who is emotionally intelligent.
Mm.
So he's aware of his feelings. Cool. He's very much giving self-awareness. It's very much giving growth. Okay? And we love to see that. I also need a man who's, like, driven. Like, mad driven. Like, you're busy. Like, I need you to be busy, but, like, not busy enough for me. But I need you to be on your grind, but make time for me. But don't be too busy for me. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and I need a man who is an effective communicator. Like, I need you to be able to communicate with me, sweetie. Okay? If things change, I need you to tell me. If you just mad busy and you don't feel like talking today, I need you to come about that mood because you're finna talk to me.
Scorpios be like,
okay, so what? And but no, okay, all seriousness, I need a man who can communicate with me. Like, I need you to be open and honest with your communication because if you don't communicate with me, how am I supposed to know certain things? How am I supposed to operate if you're not communicating with me? It sounds dumb and it's very much giving ghetto. That's all I got.
Category is ghetto.
Ghetto.
Okay, Taylor, so my question now is to you. What do you feel like you're looking for? What do you think you need, like, in a partner? Give me three things. Give me three things.
Tree. Okay. First, hi. I'm Taylor. I'm a fifth-year engineer. It sucks, but we're giving successful Black woman out here.
Period.
What do I need? Gosh, I really need somebody with patience. I'm not going to say I'm a lot. I will never say that.
I am. She's a lot, ladies and gentlemen. But the thing is, I don't hide it, though. These men know I'm a lot, and that's why they don't step up to the plate, because I'm going to knock them back down.
I tell niggas I'm a lot from the beginning.
Bloop.
I don't try to come out the back swinging. But like...
Swing will get swung on. Psych. Go ahead, Taylor.
I genuinely need somebody with a lot of patience. And as simple as it sounds, I really need somebody who's willing. Like, I really need somebody who's willing to try new things, willing to get to know me, willing to, like, hear me out and out. That's my third thing. I really need somebody who's listening. Not in the sense of I'm going to boss you around because I don't have the Aries energy. So thank you. Rebuke it. But
are you trying to be funny?
In the sense that, I'm a person who needs to be heard. I feel like I have a lot to say. Sorry. And I I need to be seen, I need to be heard, and I need to feel like the person who I let into my space, my people, because I do not let a lot of people in. The person that I do let into my space, I need to know that they are willing to see me and willing to hear me for like everything that I have to hear.
Oh, that part about willing to see you.
That was good, right? That was good.
No, that was amazing. Like, I think that to go off of that last point about like the person willing to see you, I think a lot of times people see what they want to see in you, and like they, not you specifically, but I'm just like, I've noticed that people play into fantasies a lot, right? Like they get into this idea that, oh, this is who I think she is, or like this is what I want her to be. Let me like, she has the potential to be this woman, and like men get this idea of what a perfect woman is, and they either try to mold you into that, or they go out and they keep searching. But like, I forgot who said this. I think it might have been a tweet, but it was like the grass always looks greener if it's artificial turf or whatever.
Boo, the grass is greener where I am.
Period.
Let me tell you,
I'm the soil. I'm the foundation. Okay? Sit. Listen, you going to jail. Kamala Harris on the way. Literally, if the bullshit could be, you know, the memes that's like, don't come in here with all that bullshit. The bullshit could be outside my apartment building, and I'm literally getting the fuck.
I'm literally threatening to block you. Don't even bring that bullshit my way.
Period. I think for me, though, the top 3 things, and Taylor, you know this because we talk about this, Kiara, we be really in the daggone office, like talking about random stuff, and this comes up, but for me, it's security is the first one. That is absolutely number 1. Like, that is the, like, goal, because I am a person that if I don't feel secure in the connection, we don't even need to connect. Like,
literally, there is no connection.
If I don't feel,
throw that in my top 5.
Yes, security is big for me, because it's like I need stability. I need like to feel safe with you. I need to feel protected in this sense. Like, it's a physical thing, but it's also like a mental and emotional like safety net that needs to be present in this, safe in a sense of like I can open up. Yeah, I need to know you got me. I need to know that I can open up to you, and I need to know that like like our partnership needs to feel like a home. Period. I'm not saying you need to be my home, because that's weird and that's like a huge expectation of somebody, but like us together, well, okay, you better build, but us together, it needs to feel secure. And then the second one is honesty, because people just be lying, like
niggas lie every day
for no reason, and I think that like with honesty too, it's like, even if the shit's gonna make me cry and hurt my feelings, bro, just say it.
Tell me, rip the Band-Aid off.
If you don't like something, if you do, I think people need to balance like being critical with me in any sense, and like also like giving the positive feedback, because sometimes you need the little reassurance, like the positive reinforcements when you're dating somebody. Like, you need that little like, oh, you know, it's really nice spending time with you, or like, it's really nice the conversations we have. Like, obviously they're not going to say it like that.
Words of affirmation.
Okay, you know what? Okay, you know we about to get to that. Y'all know I need that.
Like, a lot of niggas like be so in a rush to get to know you, and when they don't know you after like the first like 3 weeks to a month, they like, all right, well, fuck it, I'm moving on. But it's like,
well, yeah, they get to know you too fast, and then it's like they get to know you, and then they're like, oh yeah, I know everything I need to know about her, and it's like, how?
No, you don't.
It's only been like a week.
Bare minimum. No facts. I got like 7 walls up. You guys like knock this down one by one.
Okay, no, you need to figure that out on your own, and then pull up. You wildin' if you ask somebody to freaking go cross the bridge to Terabithia just to get to your heart. I'm just playing. And then the last thing for me is mutual understanding. And when I say that, I mean that more so of like, I feel like people just need to respect my boundaries, because like I have a lot of physical and emotional boundaries that I have with people that need to be set, and I just need to know that we're gonna come to an agreement about shit that we gonna do and we not gonna do. Like, let's start with what we not gonna do, and then end with the positive.
And that's it. And if you feel like, first of all, if you're upset at the boundary that I'm setting, then you need to exit stage left.
Yeah,
that's number 1. But also, boundaries are just mad important. Like, there's just certain behaviors I'm not going to tolerate.
And so I guess that kind of leads into the next point. why do y'all think that y'all are still single? Is it because these things are not being met, the things that we listed before, or like, are they being met but there's something missing? Like, what do y'all feel is the reason?
So I think it's a combination of things. So number one, I'm single because I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
I
Blue.
absolutely want to be. This is my period of getting to know myself, healing from my trauma, healing and growing and figuring out what I like and what I don't like. And I think the best way to learn what I like and don't like is to not be committed right now. Like I'm just here enjoying my life. But it's also a lot of guys who have shown interest in me have not presented the things that I feel that I need in a partner. So what I'm gonna commit for?
Taylor, why are you single? I am going to go ahead and this might not be a fair percentage, but I'm going to go ahead and say it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that 60%, I'll give myself 70% of the reason why I'm single is forgiving 65. 65%.
If you don't just say what you're trying to say.
65% of the reason why I'm single is absolutely because of me. I think I have this perfect idea of what a man is supposed to be that I really need to get rid of.
Yeah.
One, for my man. Two, I am at a very fragile state. Like, and that could be because of, like, my experiences within the past, like, let's give it 7 years, going into college. Like, if somebody said something wrong to me or even, like the picture, at this point, if I was with somebody, I would absolutely be ready to start sleeping. Just because of, like, I'm at a very fragile state in life. Like, when it comes to dating. Like, I really need to learn how to properly date. I'm trying to get there, but I'm also not really that willing to be out there. Yeah, it's perfectly fine. I've been told that I am too independent to a T, and to a fault, and I really don't think that. I personally don't think that, but there has to be something to me that people are, like, seeing that I don't see. So that's something I have to work into. Mm-hmm. Now, I don't think there's a such thing as too independent, but carry on.
Mm-hmm. I think so, but
I do too. I mean, I feel like it's a balance. You can be independent while also allowing.
I think in comparison to, like, not to say that we should be comparing y'all to the average woman because we're not average women, but just hear me out in terms of statistics. With the capital T at the end. Statistics. I think that in comparison, y'all are, like, super independent to the point where it's like, how is it? Okay, from a friend standpoint, let's start there because we're friends and I can speak on that. From a friend standpoint, it's very hard for me to love y'all in certain ways and, like, do things for y'all because y'all have such a I got it mentality. And it's like, damn, nigga, let me buy you some chocolate covered strawberries. Let me get you some flowers on your tough day of class. Like, let me do one thing for you. It's like, y'all already know. Like, oh my God, I remember one year I got so mad because I wanted to buy Taylor something for her birthday and she bought it for herself. Like, do you know how pissed I was? That shit gets on my nerves. Like, she kept saying, like, oh, I want this. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like, literally puts it in the Amazon cart, and Taylor's just like, guess what I got today? You know the meme where the guy's, like, crying with red eyes behind the mask, and it's like a smile emoji on the outside? That was me. And that's a perfect example of, like, y'all being too independent. It's like, how does someone, and I'm not excusing men, I'm just saying, like, I love to play devil's advocate, right? Like, I just want you to think of it from the perspective of, like, how hard it is for someone to show you effort and to show you that they want to be there for you if you won't even let them in the door. Granted, some people don't deserve to even walk in the parking lot. Got it. But what I'm afraid for you guys as a friend is that when someone gets to that front door, y'all not even going to be sitting by the fucking latch to unlock it. Like, y'all are going to be out back.
Like, my therapist says that to me all the time. She's like, you don't let people love you. Like, we know that you can do for yourself. Like, that's not a question. But, like, let people love on you sometimes. Let people do things for you. Not because you feel like you owe them something back, but because they just want to love you. And I'm like, well, I don't know what I'm talking about. But she'd be like, you need to calm down because we know that you got it. We know that you good, like great. But there's gonna be people that want to help you and you not able to do that. So, I'm working on it a little bit, you know what I'm saying? But don't ever think that I need, especially when it comes to niggas, I don't need a nigga to do anything, but it's also like, a nice, some flowers or something be nice sometimes.
And I might not say it, but I know.
There yet.
I might not say it, but I know for a fact that my actions say I don't need it.
Yeah. It could just be a little off-putting, but I think, again, sometimes, like everything does happen for a reason. I do believe that. So, like, sometimes it's weeding out the people that really don't deserve to be let in the door. But again, looking ahead.
Big coochie energy.
Looking ahead, guys. Looking ahead. Just, be cognizant that could be deterring some people. You never know.
Big coochie.
Okay. All right. We just gonna move into the next question. Because I'm sick of you. Oh, wait. Do I have to answer?
Yes.
Why am I still single? Because I am not willing to accept trash. I'm not willing to accept bare minimum. Like, what do I look like? Like, I think that to be, and this is not, actually, no, this isn't some cocky shit because, like, I need to give myself more credit. I am a beautiful woman. I'm very charming. I'm very smart, ambitious, driven. I have goals. I have money. I have, a lot going for me. And it's like, I just can't put myself in the same position to be dealing with, like, trash. Literally, that's why I'm not on these dating apps. That's why I'm not, like, looking for anyone. I mean, it's one thing to be interested in someone, but, like, I'm not actively searching. If how do I say this? If what I want to happen to me at this moment is going to happen, then that would be lovely. But if it does not,
will you let it?
Kiara, you loud. And no one asked you, sweetie. No, I'm saying I will. If the opportunity that we're all discussing and referencing that my listeners cannot know about at this moment, if that opportunity presents itself, like, I will go towards that full force. However, if it doesn't, then it doesn't.
I will say I'm proud of the direction that you're going.
I've noticed that men and women sometimes have different understandings of what the phrase "I want to get to know you" means, because for them sometimes I feel like it could be sexual, but then for us it's like, no, I just genuinely, like, enjoy conversation.
If I want to have sex with you, I'm a listen. Okay?
I feel like they would know, right? Like,
you want to know. Like, I will say things to make it very clear that sex is what I'm aiming for. But that's not what I was giving. But if I'm very much giving, I want to get to know you. It's like, nigga, I want to have a conversation. Take me out, ho. Let's go walk in the fucking park or something. But honestly, like, I'm low key. I'm a low key shooter for real, because it's like, I gotta wait it out. You know what I'm saying? And I'll peep you peeping me, and then you peep me peeping you. So, we doing a little flirty thing. So you can go in my DMs. All I'm doing is LMFAO my way into your DMs. And then that's setting you up to ask me, like, okay, so, like, I think we should go to a happy hour one day. But I ain't gonna lie. These last couple, weeks or whatever, I've been hitting niggas with we should go out for drinks sometime. Or, you know what? We should, go out and go link sometime.
Mm-hmm.
The worst thing that niggas gonna say
is no, yeah. Or just not respond.
And honestly, most niggas that I have encountered do not say no.
Yeah.
Okay. Speak it.
I mean, and that's it. That's just, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, I think part of, like, shooting your shot is knowing that it's probably gonna miss, and that shit is okay with me. I'm like, you know what, at this point, like, if it do miss,
I see my shot, I sweaty like I'm set.
You, ma'am, 5 to 10 years jail. Oh, okay. You know what? Well, speaking. Sorry, go ahead, Taylor.
I was just saying, like, most niggas in the NBA, like, most of their shots are misses, but, like, it's that one that goes in and you're like, ah.
And that's all that matters.
The buzzer beater.
And either way, you still on the team.
Okay.
Yeah.
Still getting a check.
Still getting a check.
My Instagram screams opportunity, okay? Like,
That's it.
that's it.
Yeah. Well, going along with that, because we were talking about like standards and expectations without even using those words, how do y'all set expectations? Or like if you meet somebody and you find out, regardless of how you meet them, whether if it's a DM slide, whether if it's like, you know, you meet them out and then they decide to go out for drinks or you know them for friends, how do y'all set expectations with, you know, someone that you're like, all right, look, I like you, boom, now what? Like, what does that conversation look like for y'all?
Honestly, it's very direct to me.
Mm-hmm.
Like, because if it's established that, you know, I like you, okay, boom, you like me. We may not, you know, be jumping to have a relationship tomorrow, but okay, when I'm busy, you know, I would expect you to at least communicate with me. If you're busy or if you can't do something, like keep those lines of communication open. Like that's usually how I'm with it, especially now because I've had many situations where I wasn't super direct with how I want communication to be. And there's been many situations where I was just left disappointed because there was no communication and something that easily could have been communicated. It's like, okay, well now it's a problem.
Yes.
So now I try to have like those open conversations like, okay, like what do you expect out of me? Like, do you expect us to talk every day? Because I'm not expecting you to talk to me every day. But if we have something planned or if something comes up or if you're just having an off day, you just don't feel like talking, just tell me like, oh, like I'll talk to you later. It takes 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And it just shows that you not only respect what we have, but that you respect my time and that you ultimately respect me.
Yes.
So, like that, I try to be like direct with that.
I agree.
I try to create like, and it's I don't want to say it's getting harder, but like it kind of is. Like from the beginning, I try to create that open, like I'm in an open book, which is so false because I'm not. Which is so false, but like, for the simple fact that like, hey, like if there's something that I do that like you don't like, please tell me now at the beginning. So we don't get to a point where, you know, like we're 10 years in talking and then I'm doing stuff that like, listen, we're 10 years in like doing whatever and then I start doing something that you don't like that I've been doing this whole time and then you just never said anything. Like for instance, like I was talking to a guy the other day, like we've been texting for a couple weeks, whatever. And just like the way he says stuff sometimes, like, okay, example, he said, you better something.
Excuse me?
And I was there. I said, whoa.
Run it back, girl.
Let's reel this back in. I don't like to be spoke to that way. And he was like, okay, cool. I appreciate the fact that you told me. From the beginning, I really want to create like that openness. Like, I want you to feel comfortable telling me stuff. I want to feel comfortable telling you stuff because we're not moving forward if I'm not telling, if I can't tell you things.
Come on, honesty. And I agree with that. I think that if we're asking for security, honesty, mutual understanding, like respecting boundaries and all these things that we mentioned, like we also need to have that in ourselves. Like if I need to make you feel secure and like I'm going to do what I need to do to make you feel that way. Like if you need the reassurance, that ain't no problem. Like my friends know, like if I give you critical feedback, like it's going to be followed by something positive that you did. Like I love the what is it called? The criticism sandwich. Like if I have something that I don't like about you, I can follow that. If you would like me to follow it up with something like, oh, but I like when you do this instead. Like if you need that, that's fine. And then honesty, for me, it's like, if I don't like your ass, you finna know. You're gonna know. Like unless it's like a strictly physical situation where it's like, honestly, I probably don't even care. But like if I'm like interested in you and I'm connecting with you and I don't like something, or if I really do like something, I'm gonna tell you. Or if something changes, I feel like you should just let people know because I believe in karma, y'all. I ain't got time for that shit.
No, karma is a thing.
And then also me respecting your boundaries too. Like I can do that. I have my own life. So first of all, I'm probably not even gonna be worried if you text me every day. I'm gonna be like, okay, as long as you're not dead,
right.
I'll be all
just
right.
let me know that you're not dead, okay?
Yeah, but I think key, like you touched on this a little bit about, them communicating if they're having a day or if they don't want to talk. I think that is something that's really important to me because sometimes I'll send like jokes or like memes, or if I send a text or whatever and you just don't say anything and it just says seen, I'm like, did I say something wrong? Like, it's not even me having an attitude. I just be confused, I think. I just be like, oh.
Oh, no, I have an attitude. if you don't know, because, like, if you don't tell me that you're having a day, I'm going to obviously feel a type of way if the vibe switch. If the vibes have been a certain type of way, we joke around all the time, and then suddenly we have a day where we're not, I'm going to ask you what's wrong, and I'm not telling you to tell me what's wrong because we might not be there yet.
Mm-hmm.
And you also don't owe me anything. But it's also like if we
No, hold on. Sorry to interrupt you. I do think that we should stop saying people don't owe us anything because people do owe us basic human decency, basic respect, and that is part of it. So we shouldn't say that, but go ahead.
I agree. But I think as an adult at our big ages, if we want to have healthy relations, I think, it starts with communication. Communication is a bare minimum. Tell me if you're having an off day. I'll give you your space, do what you need to do. I won't smother you, but how else am I supposed to know anything that's happening if you don't tell me? And now my Scorpio ass is overanalyze. Now I think you're dead. I don't know.
Literally. Now you about to be like Joe from You.
Literally. So I need to communicate. That's probably my biggest thing that I try to be transparent about.
Girl, yes. How am I make you feel secure if you don't even tell me what the hell is wrong? Okay, ghetto. And then I guess we'll start with Taylor on this one. What? What do you think are some healthy expectations to set in these kind of situations versus some unhealthy ones? I can give you examples if you want.
Okay, go yeah, please.
So I think for me, unhealthy expectations, and this is something I see for a lot of women, and this is how I used to be, so I'm dragging myself in that, of you saying that your partner, male, female, non-binary, whatever, you telling them that they have to pay for everything, they have to try, they have to take you out at least once a week, literally, it may not be once a week. They have to see you all the time. They have to talk to you every single second of every day, or else they're cheat. I think things like that, smothering, is probably the underlying theme there. But I think those are really unhealthy expectations because I don't need you to pay for everything. I have a great job, and I can provide for myself. Actually, I would prefer if you didn't pay for everything because I don't like when people do things for me. It's weird. It stresses me out. But I shouldn't say this. I don't like when they do things for me. Let me change that. I don't like when they do, when they're the only, if they're the person that's paying for everything all the time, if they're the person that's driving all the time, because I've been in situations where the person low-key was keeping a tab, oh, I spend all this money on this thing, I spent all the money on this trip with you, or I did, and then you be sitting there hold on, I didn't know we was penny pinching because I bought you a soda one time, so cash at me right now, ho.
That's manipulation. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, that's an unhealthy expectation, and a healthy one would just be communicate with me, set up a time for us to hang out. We don't have to spend money hanging out. We can literally just do something that you really enjoy, or do something that I really enjoy. For me, I think the best outings, to say dates is always but the best dates or outings that I've been on were the ones that were minimal money was spent, but a lot of effort may have been put into it. Thoughtful stuff. You don't have to do the most. So I think that that's a healthy expectation, being let's go do something that you really want to do or I want to do. Let's explore each other as people. Wait, do y'all tell the people? Hold on, do y'all tell the people that you're dating how much money you make? No, same.
What I do.
People in my family don't even know how much money I make. I was asking.
Student, so I'm broke,
but okay, so when you get your first job, if they ask you how much money, would you answer honestly?
That's none of your damn business. On a date, I'm not, if the nigga that
I'm just now getting to know, and he like, yeah, so do you make 6 figures? Like, excuse me, I would be so turned off because like that's none of your business. Like, I'm able to live. You see, I look nice. You see, my hair is done. My skin is clear. My ass is fat. So I'm obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
And I live in a nice apartment. Like, don't like. I just feel like finances. Like, as long as I know that if you're taking care of yourself, and I know that you good, and you know, like for the most part that you good. Woo! I ain't gonna ask about your finances because that's none of my business. Now, if you tell me,
cool.
I'm not willingly telling any nigga what I'm finna be making when I get my first or second job out of law school. Heck no.
I don't even tell people what I do.
I'm dead. Okay, so speaking of like expectations and all that kind of stuff, I know that we like as a friend group always talk about like different tests and stuff, like love languages, apology languages, all that good stuff. Do you like not make the person that you're really interested in, do you make them take the test, or do you like ask them like, hey, what's your love language, or like what's your apology language? Like, do y'all bring that stuff up?
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like, I think for me, I need to know.
I think it's really important to know your partner's love language. I think it's very important because, like, how am I going to know how you need to be loved? Like,
yes,
it varies. And I just feel like, that'll allow me to at least, be able to give you what you feel like you need. So that way I feel like, I'm giving him all this stuff and it's not even the way that he needs to be loved. Like,
I think that just goes to catering your partner. Like, that goes to, again, the willingness to getting to know people. Like, I'm in this partnership for a reason. I'm in this relationship for a reason because, like, at the end of the day, like, I'm with you because I want to please you. I want to be here with you. I want to love you.
Mm-hmm.
So I need to know, because, like, I feel like I give love by acts of service. But if I'm with somebody who doesn't like people to do stuff for them, but, like, needs words, he's not going to look at, if he's not aware of these tests, he's not going to look at it like, Taylor gives love by doing stuff.
Right.
He's going to look at it like, he's going to be mad as hell at me. Like, girl, stop doing stuff for me. Like, I don't like that.
Yes.
He's not going,
mm-hmm.
where if I didn't know his, I wouldn't be able to be like, he needs words. So just being conscious of that type of stuff has definitely helped out in a relationship, and it's really hard dealing with somebody who doesn't know that.
Yeah.
It's really hard. Because I have dealt with somebody who is absolutely a words of affirmation person. Like, he is words of affirmation. But he gives them to himself, too. Like if I didn't do it when I didn't know, I was just like, he is so cocky. Like, God damn. But he really needed those words. So then eventually, like, I started giving them to him. But, like, I also need them as well. And he's an active service person, and active service is not one of mine, so it's like, okay, I see that's how you give love, but that's not my love language. Like, love me the way that I need to be loved. And it's just like, my mother would be like, he doesn't know how to love. But, as I grew, he doesn't know how to love you. And that's fact.
Yeah.
Because he didn't know, he didn't know that I need gifts, words of affirmation. Like, I need to be told and I need to be showed. Like, write that down. I need to be told, I need to be showed.
Please stop talking to me. My listeners have had enough.
I think that's mad important.
Yeah.
I think, like a lot of the men that I have talked to, like, their love languages are physical touch. And anybody that knows me knows that, like, I am not a physical touch ass bitch. Well, you know what? That might be a lie now, because now
I would say you like to cuddle.
I'm like, ooh, love me now. But, like, before, I was not physical touch. I was just straight words of affirmation. And, like, that's always important to know, because I've had, like, relationships where I was going based off of words of affirmation, and then I was also demonstrating words of affirmation to a partner. And his love language was not words of affirmation. It was quality time and physical touch. And he was over here not feeling loved, and I was over here not feeling loved. And I'm like, God damn, we just not feeling loved. So, like, it's like, I don't know. I just feel like that's, like, even if you don't take the test, I feel like it should also be it should just be a conversation. Like, hey, like, so how do you like, to interact with your partner? Like, something as simple as that. It seems weird, but it's like, I feel like that could help rather than doing trial and error shit. And I'm walking around feeling like not loved, and he's walking around like, damn, this bitch neglected me and shit. What really
yeah.
Did you take the attachment styles one?
Yeah, we can come back. We can come back to that. But I want to go over the love languages like super briefly, just like me running down the list, just in case people were listening. What the hell are they talking about? So basically, there's a test. There's five love languages. Wow, that was a tongue twister. First one is words of affirmation, then gifts, then acts of service, then quality time, and physical touch. I talked about this in episode 3, but I'll say it again. For words of affirmation, it's basically just like being encouraging and like affirming that person. So that could be like you sending them an unexpected note, or like maybe you like give them little greeting cards, or like, you know, just say things to show your appreciation. And physical touch, obviously, literally, it's like, give me a kiss, touch me, cuddle with me, like
rub my butt.
Anything nonverbal to show that you love them. And then receiving gifts is like just being thoughtful, like thoughtful gifts and gestures, like or expressing like the gratitude when the person gives you a gift, like that kind of thing. And then quality time, obviously, it's just like uninterrupted, like super focused conversations, just like one-on-one time. You know, just taking time to do things with your partner that will like make them feel like your undivided attention is on them, bottom line. And then acts of service is just like literally what it says, like being willing to help lighten somebody's load. So that's like if you make them dinner one night because you know they're gonna come home late, or like if you do their laundry, or maybe they need someone to take them to the dealership so they can get their car fixed and they have a way to work, like just doing things that will help them in the long run is always good. So for me, mine changed a lot. Mine used to be receiving gifts, and I forgot the other one, but I remember gifts was like super high. Gifts was like 12. You know how they rated like out of 20? Gifts was like 12, and I was like, damn, superficial as hell. But now it's words of affirmation and quality time. And I think it's because I've gotten older. Like, I really do appreciate the time that people spend with me, and I also appreciate the things that they say and like being affirming, because like I love reassurance. That's literally the word of the week. It's my favorite. I love reassurance. Even if it's just me like making sure my friends love me, I would text y'all every morning and be like, good morning, love y'all, just to see if niggas gonna reply.
We tell each other we love each other every
just to, you never know, bro. Like literally, I don't want the last thing I said to you to be like, well, Key, your breath stink. Your breath don't stink, but I'm just saying, like, even if we say stuff sometimes that's like mean or whatever, or like even if we leave the night like just saying whatever, I just need people to know, bottom line, I love you and I ain't gonna stop loving you.
Maybe like random throughout the day, nobody, literally not a soul. Somebody, love y'all.
Have a good day, love y'all. Wait, so going off of the whole love language thing, like we were just talking about this a few minutes ago, like the self-love language, I never took that test.
I've never taken that.
I don't think it's a test. I think it's just, it could have just been like a quiz everybody saw on Instagram. It's the same like words of affirmation, acts of service, gifts, quality time, and touch, but it just applies to you. And I think that one is harder, because sometimes I'd be like, all right, I need all of these shits. Like I need a massage, which is the physical touch. I need to spend time with myself, quality time, food, y'all. I need some wings.
Oh, yes.
Does that count as a gift?
Oh, yes. Reward thyself with food.
Come on. But I think that as we're building up and like studying our love languages, like for partners, we also need to build up our self-love language. Like even though words of affirmation may not be my self-love language, it's so interesting that I'm willing to give others the affirmation that they need, but I'm not willing to give that to myself. And that's ghetto. Woo! Not that I'm not willing, but it's just I haven't been doing it. Like, and one example of that is like, a gym. Like building myself up and like positive self-talk. Like I'm everybody else's biggest cheerleader, but then when it's time for me to step out onto that court, silence. That is fucking ghetto.
I'm over here with my head down.
Girl. And then acts of service, bro. I mean, acts of service was never like a top love language for me to give to others, because it's just like, I ain't doing shit for you. I'm sorry. I might, but I don't really feel like it. I don't even do shit for myself. Girl, I don't be doing nothing. I'd be like, look, come lay your head on my chest. I'm not Kim Possible. You call me and I may or may not pick up.
Literally.
At least I'm being honest. I just said honesty was one of my favorite things. So I'm being honest. Like, sorry, I might not answer the phone. I might be at work. I might not be able to fucking help you. I work all the time. So maybe acts of service is not my self-love language or my others' love language. And that's okay. We're going to work on it in 2020. I promise. I'm going to help other people. And I'm going to be nice to myself. Bottom line. No, I'm dead ass. I'm going to be nice to myself this year.
You have to be.
I'm going to do better.
You have to be nice. You have to be nice to yourself.
In this generation, my God, this generation.
Yeah, you have to.
To yourself.
Okay, so what about these apology languages? Because that has been getting a lot of buzz on my Twitter page, because I posed the question for people to send me their, like, take a test online and then send me the apology languages. If you don't know what I'm talking about, just Google the 5 apology languages. There should be a quiz. Google is free. Hello, amen. Click on the apology languages and take the test. It shouldn't take you, it took me like 10 minutes probably, because I read slow sometimes when I'm trying to really grasp what's going on. But basically there's 5 apology languages, and I don't want people to underestimate the power of these languages, because these are probably more important than your love language. And I'll tell you why, because conflict in life is inevitable. Conflict is inevitable. You cannot get around it. Exactly. You can move past the love languages thing, because maybe it, like, trial and error. It's like, oh, you didn't realize that they like gifts. That's fine. In a year, you're going to learn. You're going to learn. He who don't hear does feel. But with apology languages, you will bust your ass and waste a lot of your time. Because when I asked y'all for the apology languages, I saw a lot of my friends replying to shit, sending me theirs. And I realized that I spent time making restitutions, and y'all don't even want me to make it up to you. You just want me to say sorry. Ain't that something? Ain't that some shit? I'm over here like, let me make it up for you. Like, oh, we supposed to go to this concert and I canceled. Let me buy you a new ticket. Y'all took the ticket, but all you wanted me to do was apologize. Bitch, I could have saved my $89. Goddamn StubHub. But okay, so let me go through the languages and then y'all can share yours. So the first one is expressing regret. Is basically being genuine about, like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I hurt you. I'm sorry I caused you pain. I feel shame about it. You're not looking for the next step in this. So let's be clear with it. Like, you're not looking for somebody to fix the problem. You're just looking for them to own the fact that they hurt you. Bottom line. The next thing, not to be confused for the expressing regret, but accepting responsibility. It can be difficult for a lot of people to admit that they made a mistake, but the difference between accepting a responsibility and expressing regret is that you're not making excuses for your actions. You're just genuinely you're just accountable. You're saying, I am wrong. You don't need to give me an explanation. You don't need to cry me a river. I'm wrong. I'm wrong. It's my fault. I fucked up. Bottom line. Genuinely repent. This is partially you saying, like, I genuinely apologize for what happened, but you're going to verbalize, like, this is what I want you to do to change. Like, this is what I'm going to do to change. Like, unlike expressing regret, because expressing regret, you're not really looking for them to say the next step, but with genuinely repent, you are. You kind of want them to say, like, it's not going to happen again because blah, 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 blah. The next one, number 4, make restitution. So this is like, you are explaining the reason for your actions. Like, you want this person to know that you still love them, even though you're upset at what the fuck you did. What the fuck they did. Like, you need them to make the shit right. Like, you still love them, you still care about them, but you want them to make it right. You want them to make it up to you, and that's okay. And I think for a lot of people, like, that makes sense, because it's like, don't be sorry, be careful. What are you going to do about it? Like, how are you going to change it? A lot of, based on the results I saw, a lot of people were saying make restitution was really important to them. And then request forgiveness. So across the board, a lot of people had 0 for this, because mind you, these tests are 0 to 20, 20 being obviously the absolute highest, and 0 being you don't give a fuck about it, I think. But this one, request forgiveness. A lot of people were just like, look, don't ask for my forgiveness, because I'm not going to give it to you. Like, it's literally just asking for forgiveness and giving the person space to decide if they want to forgive you. For me, mine was 0, because I'm like, look, don't request my forgiveness, because if I want to forgive, I'm going to forgive you automatically if you express the regret and if you like try to make it right or whatever. But like, don't be like, can you please forgive me? How can you ever forget? Like, don't do that to me because I don't want to hear that shit.
I don't think that sounds really rehearsed.
It does. It's not sincere.
No, people can apologize. Like, I'm sorry. Like, but it's like, well, I'm about to give mine away. But it's like, it's a difference when like you just say it versus when you know what you did, you acknowledge how it made you feel, and you genuinely want to not make you feel that way anymore. Like,
yeah.
People apologies have become so like unsincere that people right now they're like, I need more than that.
Yeah, because with regret, expressing regret, it's like I apologize, and then with responsibility, it's like I was wrong, and you know,
I did this.
Yeah, this is what I did, and I was wrong.
Huh? With expressing regret, it's like, damn, I wish I didn't do that. Okay, but you did. So
exactly,
like, I don't give a fuck about expressing regret. I don't care about that. Don't ask me, oh, can you forgive me? No. Like, no, I'm gonna forgive you on my own. Like, you don't have to ask me. Like, the most important thing to me is like, okay, like, I need you to acknowledge, like, damn, I was wrong. I shouldn't have did that shit. Even though I did. This is what I did.
So if you do it again, I'm gonna hit you with tears. Tell her text, thank you, but never hit my phone again.
Yeah.
Period.
I think it's interesting.
Have a great day.
I think it's interesting that people either have like some of them that are some of the numbers that are close together, like 665 or 765 or whatever. But Taylor's, let's open up Taylor's. Taylor's is 13 for accept responsibility. She just wants you to say that you was wrong. And then the next one is expressing regret.
Tell me where you went wrong.
She wants you to apologize and she wants you to express that you were wrong. And then she may or may not want you to make it right. And the other two are just zero. So don't tell her you won't do it again. Don't ask her for her forgiveness. She don't want to hear that shit.
Okay, I think that comes from a couple of things. One, I have really, really worked on, or like with myself, worked on taking accountability, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, like starting with our friendships and like starting with, I hope y'all see the room because it's been a process. But like, if I do something, and especially if I know that it makes somebody feel a certain type of way, I will express that. Like, I'm like, dang, you are absolutely right. I did this. So that's very frustrating when I can do it or I really try to do it and another person doesn't, right? So that's one. Two, I am a ball of emotions.
Literally.
So if you hurt my feelings, I ain't gonna cry. I might shed a tear. But I need you because literally I'm like as soon as you say I did this is how it makes you feel. My apologies. I'm wiping the tear away and I'm good. But like I need you to understand my emotions and why I feel this way because like I don't just get mad out of nowhere. My feelings don't just get hurt out of nowhere.
That's
you really have to
hard.
And then I was always told that I was emotional, right? To the sense where people try to make my feelings not valid. Like, how people are like, oh, you're just emotional.
Mm-hmm.
Make you seem like you're crazy. Make you seem like you bugging for a reason. No.
Yeah, and I'm at that point where I don't care. If you feel like I'm bugging, my feelings are valid. Like, if I'm bugging, I'm bugging, but you gonna hear me out.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I feel this way for a reason. And then so for somebody, I just feel like it takes a great amount of growth, great amount of responsibility and maturity to be like, okay, you are like a ball of emotions, like your feelings are hurt, or I made you mad. I love being mad too. But you are mad for a specific reason. I did this. This is why. And I'm never going to do this again. And I just feel like there's maturity in that.
Well, I think that my issue with the whole like genuinely repent thing is I think that that's bullshit, and here's why.
Insane.
The whole I'm never going to do that again. Number one, yes you are, because we're human and we make mistakes. So I don't like when people make absolute statements. I think that's what they're called when you say like you always or I'll never or you never, like using words.
Conclusory statement.
Okay, thank you, Miss Lawyer. I don't like statements like that because then it's like very all or nothing language, and I do not respond. I do not respond well to all or nothing language. Like no ultimatums, no you always, you never. So you saying I'm never going to do that again. Now I'm calling you a liar because you definitely are going to do that shit again.
Now I'm calling you a liar. But after you acknowledge what you did, after you took responsibility and you acknowledge what you did, if you do it again, I'm blocking you, and you understand why because you acknowledged it the first time.
Yeah, no, I get that. I'm just saying we shouldn't add in that like genuinely repent is that whole I'll never do it because it's like you probably will. Like people fuck up.
Yeah, I think that's bullshit. I think everything else is bullshit.
Yeah.
Like,
well, it depends on what the mistake is too, because if like my friends would be like, oh, I like put you down about this and I'll never do it again. Like I'm more inclined to believe that. But if a guy's like, I'm never going to do it again, I'm like, yeah, okay, cap. Again, apology languages are probably through whatever lens you're thinking about the question. Because some of the questions I'm like, if a man did this, absolutely not.
Girl,
don't ask me for my forgiveness. Yes. But if one of y'all,
answered most of the questions.
But if one of
a man's voice,
yes.
But if one of y'all did something to me, I wouldn't be like, you need to make it right now. No, I would be like,
that's very true.
Accept responsibility and move on. And I think that for me, that's why my answers are probably skewed because I was looking at it from like both a potential relationship perspective and also like a friend and family thing. Because like, if my sister ate my Chipotle, I would be like, okay, buy me another bowl. But if she's like, I'm sorry, forgive me, I'd be like, all right, cool.
Oh my God, no, go get me another bowl. What you saying?
My sister's 16 years old. Like, I would not be that mad over food.
No. I would be pissed.
Yeah.
I don't know. When I was answering the questions, I kind of like was generally thinking about it because for me, like my apology language, I need it to be kind of the same all across the board. Like it is just really important to me. Like I don't care if you say the words "I'm sorry." I don't care if you say like I didn't mean to do that. I don't care if you say like, "Will you forgive me?" It is so important to me that you at least acknowledge why I'm upset. And in order to do that, you need to like be accountable. Like, okay, like this is what I did. I understand that I didn't communicate with you, and this is why you're mad X, Y, Z. Like things like that. Like I need you to be like, damn, okay, this is what I did, so I understand why you feel this way. I can't take it back, but how can we move forward? Like, or I'm going to, change my behavior moving forward, or I'm going to at least try, or can you hold me accountable? But, like, I need you to be like, you know what, I was wrong, because it takes a lot for a person to admit that they were wrong. Like, it took me a really long time to be like, damn, Key, you are not right in this situation at all. And, like, it just takes a level of maturity. It takes a level of awareness of yourself. And it takes a level of understanding and respect to be like, I was wrong and I did that to you. And I know why you feel the way that you did because I would have felt the same way. Like something like that. And it's like, it's just, that is probably the most important thing to me. Be accountable. Like, own your shit. Like, if you want to own my shit, you need to own your shit. And if you don't want to own your shit, now I don't even want to talk to you because you telling me I'm sorry, but are you telling me that because you think it's something that I want to hear? Or, like, do you actually understand what you did wrong to avoid doing it in the future? Like, don't bullshit me because I cut you off.
Girl. Exactly. And
shout out to the nigga that I blocked this morning.
Oh, I didn't know we was doing that. Okay. All right. So the next part was I actually asked people on Twitter about these tests because I was curious. I'm like, okay, so do you all think it's weird to like ask the person that you're like interested in or currently dating to fill out these tests and like share their results with you? So
absolutely.
I know we all say yes, but about 87% of people, which is like, if my math's right, like a little more than 70, like 72. I think, people say that it's not weird. So that's good. They agree with us. About 8% said it is weird. Okay, y'all rude. 4.8% said not sure. Okay. Maybe they're not sure what the tests are. Maybe they're not sure, like, it depends on the person. I don't know. Maybe I should just made it a yes or no question. And then I asked a follow-up. I'm like, would you dump the person if you didn't like the results of their tests? And 91% of people said no, and 9% of people say yes. I thought that was interesting because I'm like, I would not. If someone's like, my love language is gifts and I don't know, words of.
I feel like there's a compromise for everything.
I know. I'm like, it's a love language. It's not that serious.
Yeah, a gift is not a car. Like,
yeah.
Like if you were taking a walk and you were like, oh, this flower looks pretty. This flower reminds me of Taylor. She'll like this. Just give me the daggone flowers.
Yeah, and also like imagine reading somebody's like Myers-Briggs type indicator and being like, yeah, you extroverted. I don't bang with that.
Oh, I don't need that.
Like, so some of the like the tests like results for MBTI like carry certain stigmas. Like no one wants to be with the NTs because people think that those are assholes, or you know, like there's certain stigmas around certain, like especially with zodiac signs too. People are like, oh, I'm not gonna date Virgo men because I hate Virgos. Like there's always like stigma associated with like any test or any like I don't know, personality indicator or type indicator, whatever the hell you want to call it. So I don't think that like getting rid of somebody based on like a sun sign is worth it. I think that that's dumb. Like,
I think it's very dumb.
I don't know. I think that it's really interesting, like these tests, and I find that when I post stuff like this online, like people really engage with like any content around dating and love. Like y'all can't stop talking about who's gonna split the bill, who paying for what, who doing. And
I'm mad, stupid, and tired.
Imagine how tired we are. Imagine how tired I am. Every time I get a fucking DM and the person's like, yeah, can you answer this question about dating? Can you tell us about your dating? Why do y'all care who I'm dating? Why do you care who is laying down the bed with me in my knotless braids? Why do you care? Yes, why are we talking about splitting the rent with someone? Y'all don't even have somebody to fucking hang out with you at your mom's house. Like,
I don't even want to pay. I don't even want to pay. I live at home with my parents. I don't want to pay rent. Next.
But also, like, why do you...
It's just mad dumb, and I feel like a lot of people that speak on it... Well, first of all, I feel like social media is cap. People do shit for clout. So, like,
yeah, you're capping.
A lot of the reason, like, women be saying the shit that they be saying is because they're trying to get chose. Pick me, put your bird ass up. Shut up. It sounds dumb. And it's also like at the end of the day, it's like people gonna do what works best for them. If one person is able to split rent with their spouse and it works for them, cool. If
let them do that.
Rent, whoever you know you with, y'all gonna have to work that out. But stop telling us I beg because we don't care. I don't.
Yeah, I just don't like.
And don't.
There are certain like type of men, like, okay, so there's like the pick me men, the one that are like, we need to stand up for women, but it's not genuine because them in their actual lives don't stand up for women, and that could mean just like calling out their like abuser friends or their friends who like push certain boundaries with it. Like there's so many different like whatever. So it's all basically they're pick-me's because the shit that they do standing up for women is usually fake as fuck. And then you have the guys that are condescending. He's gonna tell you like what kind of woman he needs, what kind of caliber woman should step to him, and blah. And it's like it ain't me either. But men need to stop speaking as if like they're the prize.
Men just need to stop speaking.
Certain men just need to, like, certain men just need to stop speaking like they're the prize. I think that that's my issue. Like, I love when I meet a man and he's like, you know, I would like to find someone to share my life with, like, but I would like to focus on myself. I would like to, like, you know, focus on my career, make sure my family's good before I worry about it. I respect that, and I like that more, actually, than for you to be like, if my woman need to learn how to cook, my woman need to blah 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 blah. Basically, you want her to be your indentured servant, and that's not. That's not giving what it gave.
I literally go into situations like, hey, I am not looking. I am not built to be anybody's sidekick. That's not how I was raised.
Yes, we need to be equals.
I want to be somebody's partner. I absolutely want to be submissive to my man eventually. Like, whatever that looks like in our relationship, I want my man to be the head of the household, but I never want to feel like he feels that I need him in order for me to stand up.
Yeah, what?
I need him to be like, I help her stand up, she helps me stand up.
Period.
Like, yeah. And most of this, and the the most serious situation that I've been in, that was the issue. He needed a sidekick. I need a partner.
Great thing. But like, do you have a therapist?
No fact. But that goes back. So have your male friends said to you that men go for women based on their looks, and women go for men based on what they can do for them?
No, I never heard that.
Have you heard that?
You never heard that?
No. Say it again.
Men go for women based on their looks. So men are more attracted to the physical, where women are more attracted to what a man can do for them.
I feel like there's definitely some truth to that.
So yeah, it depends on what we mean by like can do for them.
Like I think they mean financially, but like.
Oh well, then no, not for me.
I just hear a lot of men say that.
No.
But I feel like that's a part of the social media narrative that they try to create about women, relying on men, to pay for all of these different things. And it's like this let's really stop it. Let's talk about it. I feel like let's unpack it because, for me, in relation to what a man can do for me, I want him to provide security. Like I need to be able to say my nigga can fuck you up with confidence.
Oh, for sure. I need to start a fight knowing that he can finish it. But I'm not going to do that.
But I'm also jumping on his neck too. Like,
right, period. But I just feel like when it comes to like what a man can do for me, I feel like that doesn't really apply when it comes to tangibles. I feel like what I need you to provide for me is not anything in the physical. It's not tangible. It's like I need you to provide security. I need you to provide
certain qualities.
Provide like those things that I need in a partnership, and not so much money. Because baby, once I graduate, honey, I ain't gonna need none of y'all coins. Okay?
Yeah. For me, it's not about the money.
I am gonna worry about what a man can do for me because I'm not going to go into a partnership when a man can't give me support, can't give me the love that I need, can't give me security.
Can't change my tire.
Hello? Because how many niggas can change a goddamn tire because you can't, and you've been in my DMs, I need you to exit.
Can't put up my TV, even though I don't have a TV, but in case I wanted to get one, I want you to be able to mount it on the wall.
Period.
If it's a snake in the basement, I want you to be able to get it and not be trying to call no exterminator.
I'm running. I'm moving out.
If I need somebody to move the bed to the other side of the room and you can't because you skinny, I'm going to be mad.
I'm weak as girl. Take out the trash.
But yeah, I feel like overall, y'all, we dropped some gems. We made some good points. And I just want to say thank y'all for coming on this episode and being vulnerable and spilling that tea. Y'all know I love when y'all spill tea. And I be trying to pull a mic out, but y'all don't let me because Kiara be getting messy and Taylor be screaming. But no more of that publicly.
But
this group chat finna pop off, y'all. We're gonna continue this conversation online. So if you like what you heard, please comment on our stories. Follow us at Shaking the Table. I will tag both Taylor and Kiara so you guys can follow them and keep up with them. Thank you so much for listening. I know it was a long one, but I know it was worth your while. Thank you, ladies. Bye.
Bye.